Laguna Woods City Council incumbent Cynthia Connors is joining us today, talking about her re-election campaign and what's going on in the city. Thanks for joining us.
Well, it's nice to be here. I haven't been in here in a while.
It's been a minute. I haven't seen you in a while either. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your campaign and what's going on.
I've been on the council since 2009. Mm-hmm. Before that, I was director and president of Third Mutual. Mm-hmm. So I am the ranking senior member on the council. Mm-hmm. I've been on longer than anybody else. Mm-hmm. And during that time, our city has been very well run, and I think our residents are reaping the benefits of that.
Mm. What do you feel like the biggest transition was from mutual to a city council?
Well, the mutual directors are really focused inward. They're looking at the village, they're looking at a tree that needs to come out, or a road or a roof that needs to be repaired, or something like that. On the city council, we do provide services to the residents, such as library and police services and good roads and things like that. Mm-hmm. But a great deal of our focus is outward into the region. We are, all of us, sitting on regional boards or county boards. I'm on the Toll Roads Board of Directors. Mm-hmm. I've served on the County Waste Management Commission and the Coastal Greenbelt Authority and the Joint Powers Insurance Agency. We have our own, the municipalities have a risk management pool because State Farm doesn't really write insurance for improper guardrails or bad design of an intersection.
Okay.
So, and the Orange County, South Orange County mayors get together regularly to talk about regional issues. Mm-hmm. So that's really the biggest difference.
Okay. So, you know, you're kind of at the retirement age, right? And why are you running? Why did you get involved, and why are you deciding I'm going to keep running, keep making things happen here?
I enjoy it, but I would say generally that this satisfies my curiosity. Mm-hmm. I just really like to know things. Mm-hmm. I like to learn how things work. I like to know why they are the way they are, why they're not different. And I like to be able to deliver product for the people. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like what have you learned? What were some of the things that you say, like you like to learn things? What are some of the things that were eye-opening experiences for you as a city council member and doing this work?
I think I'm on a quest to get to know the world better. And when I want to learn stuff, I don't want to learn how to solve a quadratic equation. I want to learn other things. Recently, I was at a meeting of the Toll Roads Environmental Committee, and we were talking about our wildlife fence along Highway 241 that goes up towards Riverside and Palm Springs and Las Vegas. And that fence has reduced the number of car animal impacts with mountain lions and bobcats and deer and coyotes to 0 along its length. But they have a jump out every half mile. Mm-hmm. So if an animal does find itself on the wrong side of the fence, it has a way to get out. And I asked, well, why are they every half mile? And we have a PhD environmental science guy on our staff. And he said, well, when a deer comes to a fence, he turns and he walks along the fence until he comes to a place to get through, and he goes for 3/4 of a mile, and if he doesn't find it, he turns around and goes the other way. So if you put it every half mile, then you know the animal will encounter the fence before they get the breakout before they give up.
Well, there's something you learned.
Yeah, I mean, who knows those kinds of things?
Right.
But now I know them.
Now you know.
Now the television audience knows too.
You've spread the world. What is, in terms of your reelection, what would you consider some of the benefits that you think you can bring to the city council if you are reelected? Do you have a kind of a campaign proposals for your next term?
I think that fiduciary responsibility, it's boring and it's hidden, mm-hmm. but our financial prudence is the thing that gives our city the ability to provide benefits for the community. Mm-hmm. We have our library, we have a new fire station coming in, we have our shredding program and our Sharps Take Back program and our battery disposal program and all sorts of things that we do for the residents. Mm-hmm. And those wouldn't be possible if we weren't careful with the people's money. Mm-hmm. We always have balanced budgets, we have no debt, we have no pension liability, we have complete transparency, We have award-winning financial reports and disclosures that exceed the basic requirements of accepted accounting principles. So that's what I think. I just want to run a steady ship so we could keep doing what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. How important is it for you to kind of stay involved and stay up to date on everything that's going on as a city council member, and with all the boards you serve on? Is it kind of a big ask for any one person?
I think not, because on the council we do delegate. Mm-hmm. It's not like it is on the boards where everybody needs to be involved in everything. Mm-hmm. We have people who go out, and I mean our various members go out, and one's on the vector control board and keeps track of diseases and how they spread and protects the health of Orange County. Another one's on the watershed management board or the library advisory board. Watershed keeps track of how our water discharge is clean before it goes into the ocean. And I let them take care of those things, and they give reports, and then I learn about them, but I don't have to know things and do things about those.
What got you first interested in kind of jumping into these political roles, whether it's on a HOA board or it's a city council person? What made you decide, I'm going to go into this public life?
When I moved here, I came in November of 2006, and in about August 2007, there was a notice in my building that said, we're looking for people to serve on the HOA board. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, that'll be a good way to find out how things work and who's in charge and who knows things and so forth. But I have always done things to put me on a small level into public service. Mm-hmm. In terms of like teaching 4-H classes or volunteer exercise classes, or joining the Army for 11 years, or being on a neighborhood council and things like that. And I don't think I expected to devote my life to it, and I'm not now devoting my life to it. This is definitely a part-time gig. But I appreciate public service. I appreciate the concept of public service. And even though I've been the mayor 4 times, and when people meet me, sometimes they say, wow, you're the mayor. I never met a mayor before. But this work doesn't make me a big shot. It makes me a servant to the people. Mm-hmm. And I'm really pleased that I can be of assistance. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What are some of the things people maybe don't understand about public service and how the work gets done? Do people come up to you and say, hey, can you help me with this, fix this for me? And it's like, I don't have the power to pick up a phone call and just make things happen sometimes, right? That's
true. We don't get a lot of requests for individual service because the service we provide is broader.
Right.
But when we do, it's not, well, in my case, it's not hard to find out if we can grant the request or deny the request, because we have an incredible city manager, Chris Macon, who always knows the answer, and if he doesn't, he'll find it within 24 hours. So if I pick up the phone, I call him.
Mm-hmm. Make it happen, Chris.
Yeah.
In your years of service, as you've been doing this, what have you learned about how to work with people of like divergent opinions, divergent backgrounds, different coming at it from different angles and all, and still be able to get things done?
Well, I think I'm a good communicator. I'm a good listener. I know I'm not the smartest person in the room. I am good at, as a lawyer, I always knew there were 2 sides to every case. And so I can hear both sides. And one of the skills that I do have is the ability to find where they are in common, or to understand, although they're very different, there are some things they agree on. Mm-hmm. And of course, you know, when you have a community of 18,000 people, you're never going to get unanimity, or hardly ever. Mm-hmm. So part of the deal is I have to compromise from time to time, because sometimes I don't get everything I want, and sometimes I don't get anything I want.
I think there's unanimity when they say we don't want to raise our taxes. That's probably the only time you get everybody saying that's a good idea not to do that.
Well, luckily we haven't raised taxes in 25 years.
There you go. Any last thoughts before we go in terms of the campaign and re-election?
No, I hope people will vote for me, and I hope people will vote for us. Sherry and I are returning to the board, and Pearl has already been selected by the residents to be a leader here in the community, and we think she is a good candidate, good communicator, one of the reasons we support her, and has the interests of the public at heart.
All right. Well, as we all should know by now, the election is November 5th. Cynthia Connor is running for re-election to the Laguna Woods City Council. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're watching This Day. When we come back, the Publishing Club is going to be here, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming authors event. Stay with us.